gnarly. 1-2-3-0. Who's just come through is Kieran, the Mexican I was talking about. One of the fastest men in the world, the Baku Marathon runner this year. Gnarly in front again. On the far side is still Swat Bui of Namibia. And Kokech, Morishita, the other Japanese. Now on the shot is Nakayama.
He's got his own drink now. It's labelled so that he can pick it out, and that'll be the drink that he uses. He'll carry it for a while. He'll keep sipping from it. You can see it's spilling all the time, but it's not very easy to run and drink at the same time.
That's Magiri of Ethiopia. Nakayama's lost a lot of ground. And so too is Kim, the Korean. But they're closing now, and it's Morishita who's leading them back. Bettiol takes a glance across. Morishita's not even pausing. He's going for it. Scaron of Mexico on the near side. Bettiol's there. Double 147 is Wang of Korea.
Look strong, and they all look as though they're beginning to race. Seron of Mexico, Wang of Korea, Morishita of Japan, Kim of Korea. And then a few yards behind them, there's Nakayama of Japan. And that group was intact a few minutes ago, and I think that's the other Korean.
It is, Brendan, it's the other Kim. We've got one Kai Kim, who's the leading group. That's Yai Ryan Kim. Those are slim and almost frail, but quite very strong indeed. Huang, 11.47, is only 22. Kim, the other one, is 24.
Huruk of Poland's there too. Now we'll just have to see what these gaps are. We maybe get some information about the gaps. It's quite difficult to work it out from here, but the later stages of this race are so severe that I wouldn't be at all surprised when I look down the road. Obviously that's foreshortened. There could be an awful lot of changes go on in the last part of this marathon.
Well, certainly the men behind the leading three are closer than we thought. Bit of a climb before they've got another drop. Bettiol in fourth place. Nakayama is 5. And by the way, I think I can see one of the Spaniards up there. Now, one of the crowds is going mad along the... That's Kim of Korea in 6th place. Kokech alongside the German, 7th and 8th. Jurek of Poland in 9th place. And it is 4-2-1. Galviera of Spain. And also I think there is Garcia of Spain. And the impression is they're catching the leading three.
Well, just looking over the split times there, once they got to 20 kilometers, they then ran the fastest 5 kilometers of the race. That was 15:25, and then the climbing 5 kilometer part, they ran in 15 minutes and 16 seconds. So as the race was going further and as the climbs were getting tougher, so they were running faster, and that may pay for that frantic racing, it seemed to me at the time, that took part there. But Morishita wants to be in front. They're desperately keen to be in front, but they're also aware that coming from behind, Bettiol and Nakayama are beginning a chase.
Making the most impression. And it looks as if Nakayama may well have gone into 4th place. (1:152) dropping off the other two is Huan Kai Kim. It's losing a little bit, and Morishita has realised the danger, and he's trying to press it hard.
This part where they go down through the Ramblas, one of the main thoroughfares in the centre of Barcelona, this is slightly downhill.
And he and Morishita are really racing each other at this stage.
They certainly are. And they're on the level now. This is the last bit of level running before they start the real serious climbing. And I feel there's a lot of changes can happen in the last few miles of this particular marathon, because when they're going into the hills and they're tired, then who knows what might happen.
Well, Nakayama's been working very, very hard in the last few miles to get back to them. He's got Kim in sight. But he's got all three in sight. Wonkai Kim in third place at the moment. 34 kilometres in just over 1 hour 47.
Well, they're coming down, approaching the statue of Christopher Columbus, and then they'll turn right and run along the avenue parallel, which takes them up towards the stadium. That's when the climbing starts. That's when they're going to be hurting. That's when they're going to be struggling. But they do look as though they're racing frantically, and I wonder whether they're trying to get the race over before the hill starts. Freigang looks strong. He's running well. Nakayama. And it just looks as though when you go in this race, it goes completely, because they've closed those gaps very, very quickly. And Kim has just faded away from that group in a very, very short space of time.
Okay.
Well, it's the next 7 kilometers. It's not the time of the next 7 kilometers that matters. It's how strong they are when they approach those last 7 kilometers.
Freigang's just gone through 35. .992 is boarding the champion.
From behind, but we can see the leaders in the distance. Exactly how far they are ahead, we don't know, but the severe nature of the later stages of this race means things could happen very, very quickly. It could go all together when you're going up those really difficult hills. One of them is a 1 in 10. It only lasts about 100 meters, but it's still very difficult climbing. Bettiol and Nakayama there, 4th and 5th. Freigang running the best race of his life in 3rd.
Ring. Hwang is beginning to break the Japanese. He's on the downhill stretch first, and he's stolen a few meters. And this is the break for home. Still taking water on board, but he's got the gap he wanted. And he looks so strong.
Well,
indeed. It's the competitors' area, and they're watching the events unfold on the big screen. And it's looking like the marathon gold for Korea. Marathon. The Korean team rise in salute. Only 22, may well be the youngest Olympic marathon winner ever. Morishita in 2nd place of Japan. Nakayama 3rd, with Freigang of Germany in 4th place. And they face a battle on the track.
Well, this is the race that nobody wants. They don't want to be coming into the Olympic Stadium together, but who's it going to be? What a race it's going to be for 3rd.
The champion looks round and starts to celebrate. Young Cho Hwang, 22, the marathon winner for Korea. An epic race, a magnificent winner. 2:13:23 the time. Lies on the track. tiredness being mocked. He's going to be helped up as Morishita comes in. The race for third place is on though. Morishita takes the silver for Japan, and what a battle for third place. And it's being won by Freigang. Freigang's just got away from Nakayama on the last lap, and the bronze goes to Germany, with Nakayama in fourth place, the position he occupied in Seoul 4 years ago. Well, the first two immediately went down to the track for a rest, so too does Freigang. And this is a really tough marathon. Bettiol in fifth place, the Italian. Kakech of Morocco is the next man in sixth place. Hjurek of Poland in seventh. Taniguchi, the world champion, in eighth place, and how unlucky he was. He fell at one of the feeding stations, his shoe was ripped off, and he's worked his way back in. And now the first of the Spaniards coming in.